Our grandparents weren't smarter. They just lived in a world that demanded competence.
Yes.
And if you weren't competent, guess what? You just died. Why could a regular guy in the 1950s and 60s fix more things, grow more food, and take care of himself better than most people did today? Can today. My bad.
Because inflation was lower?
Well,
inflation and pay were about the same? I don't know how economics works.
So I'm more or less asking, why were people in the 50s and 60s much more self-sufficient, able to, like they could grow their own food? You know, they had gardens
they
in the
taught
back.
that stuff in school, and you had to do those things. No one really had the victim mentality back then. Nowadays, you have too many things that make your life easier where you don't have to do crap.
Well, so did people get dumber, or
Yes.
did the world just stop asking them to try?
I think they got dumber. They got lazier. Nobody's showing anybody anything. Like the biggest complaint I see, and I always have a rebuttal for it, is why don't schools teach you how to do bills and credit cards? Where I went to school, we had a record keeping class, which I took twice, and it showed me how to write checks, how to do all of that. And nowadays there's no excuse when you can use the internet to figure it out. And now you have AI to help you. So there's zero excuse, and you don't need to rely on the schools to teach your kids when you as a parent can teach your kids. And nobody wants to do that. They just want to blame everybody for it.
The sex ed argument. You know, I don't want to teach my kids that. We'll have the schools do it.
Look at what the schools are teaching now.
Well, not only that.
How to have butt sex.
But there's a proportionality to, as these NGOs were like getting sex ed into schools, like, and they're all gung ho. It's gonna lower this and that, and all those numbers went up
because now they know how to do it.
Yes,
and you're handing them condoms. You're enabling the behavior now.
Normalizing it.
Yes. And not that sex is not normal, but you want to be more safe and appropriate with it. Like when I went to school, they just told you how it worked and how to have babies. Now they're teaching how to have pleasure out of it. Where I'm like, that's not really the place of the school. That's where your friends come in and tell you what to do and what to enjoy.
And my issue with it nowadays is like, in old school sex ed, it was one of the teachers who just like got tasked with it, and they're like, "Fuck, I gotta do this." They're having an extra couple shots of whiskey on the weekend before going, "Oh my god, I gotta do this."
But now, we also, I don't know if they do it now. We were separated in girl and boy classes.
Same here.
I don't know if they keep them together now. I know in high school we had a health class where we were all together, but that was also high school, so maybe they still keep. I think they were talking to us about sex in 4th or 5th grade. But they separate, because they were telling girls about their periods, like how the body functions.
It was different.
Not so much about sex. Just like, you're going to get your period, and this is what's going to happen. And
that, and it was someone who kind of reluctantly had to do it. Well, now it's someone who's eager to tell the kids all about. But
so creepy.
That is a topic for another episode. Actually, it has something to do with what I'm talking about today, but later episode.
Later.
So in 1950, parents farmed. If you bought a can of food, guess what you did with the can afterward? You put seeds in it.
You did so many things.
It wasn't a disposable lifestyle. Everyone had a yard. There weren't that many apartments. New York City, Chicago, San Francisco had apartments. Everywhere else, cities.
I Love Lucy.
Yes. Yeah.
Back to Lucy.
Yeah. But the cities were largely houses with some apartments.
Yes.
And people came from families who worked and farmed, and there was also the Depression era mindset. And then 2026, in the time from the 50s to 2026, it's apartments. No one has even a yard of space.
You
and when I say a yard,
and be happy.
Yeah. And when I say a yard, I don't mean like a yard. I'm talking a square meter kind of thing. We don't even have that. We don't have a workbench. There's no garden. Food appears from nowhere.
From the supermarket.
From the supermarket.
We don't need farmers. We have supermarkets.
We have supermarkets. Oh, my God.
I love that when people say that. You're like, what?
And then, so, like, it's only been, like, 2 generations separation from the people who you could live, you know,
Who
like...
truly reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Yeah, and if you put 20 of them together and you said, here's a piece of land, they could become mostly self-sustaining.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, they need some outside, you know,
yeah.
seeds or whatever, tools.
That's where the community work together.
Yes.
You're like, I provide the seeds. The tools are over here at Bob's shop. You know,
Yeah.
There was all the stores you could go to and do that. Now it's like almost illegal to do any of that.
And it
Or
only
it's heading
took,
that way.
and it only took like 1 or 2 generations to completely eliminate. Heck, there's this sweet little old lady that I used to bump into all the time in Huntington Beach, and she was in a wheelchair, but she was adorable 80-something-year-old lady.
Oh.
And she was talking about how when she was 9, she was issued a .22 rifle
Ooh.
as a child to when she was walking home from school. So she would take this gun to school, and then on the way home from school, she had orders from her family
Get
to
dinner.
shoot whatever critter you could find. Obviously, not your neighbor's dog
Or cat.
or cat. Shoot whatever critter you could find, and we'll eat dinner. You know, and the whole family had orders like this. Like, and this is just 2 generations ago. She had a kid, and her kid had a kid, and that guy was my age, kind of thing. You know, like, so just 2 generations ago, parents.
We would be grandparents at this age.
Yeah, we'd be grandparents by this age, and we'd be shooting critters on the way home so that we can eat.
No, we'd make our grandkids do it.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what the point of the grandkid was. It wasn't even enough food.
Dinner.
It was just a little bit of squirrel for the stew while you had the main course was raccoon.
Yep.
So, and some of this, the skills that disappeared are gender biased, based, whatever. Men, auto repair.
Patriarchy.
Yeah, the men, and actually some of this is from its time, and we'll get into that later. So for men, the skills that disappeared: auto repair, carpentry, plumbing, electrical, hunting, fishing, and tool maintenance.
Yeah, usually guys knew how to do all that stuff.
Yes, and obviously hunting. I can't hunt in LA. You know, I can't.
Not legally.
Not legally. You know, there's the city life. Everyone fled to this, crammed themselves into the city. So there's no hunting anymore.
Well, you can't even go fishing without a license.
Can't fish without a license. Not only that, but most fishing is hobby fishing. Mm-hmm. You know,
I know lots of people who do that.
Yeah, the real money spent on, there's people who feed their family, and they'll spend like $50 on tackle for the whole year. And then you got your hobby fishermen who are like city folk that will drop like $800 on a rod and $1,000 on all the equipment. To just over the top hobby people that aren't feeding a family. They want a trophy.
Catch and release,
or they catch the big fish and then they cut it up, and then they got to figure out who the fuck to give it all to. Because they don't eat that, because they don't even know how to cook that much or eat much.
Vacuum seal, freezer.
Yeah. And they just want to look like big shots, handing it all out. So we have a whole bunch of hobbyist types.
I need a friend like that. I want fish.
Yeah. Well, get out of the city and you will. Get out of the city, and a lot of these skills are retained. Mm-hmm. So for women, a lot of the skills that we lost, cooking from scratch.
Having babies.
Yeah, having baby. Well, that's for another episode. But cooking from scratch, the ability to take, if you want to make a cake, the ability to, you put the baking soda on a spoon, and then you take a knife and then you scrape off the top so it's exactly 1 tablespoon or teaspoon. Okay, well, it's still a hobby. Oh, it's not. You have to make the cake for the whole family.
Daily thing.
Daily thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why people mostly went to the store every day too, because they would shop for that day's meal. They wouldn't shop for the week.
Yes. So baking is built in there. Canning.
Yeah.
And Napoleon is actually responsible for canned food. But canning, sewing.
Yeah.
Uh,
My
Now-
mom was a big sewer. She had like 2 sewing machines. She fixed everything.
being a proper home nurse.
And she was also a nurse.
Yeah, but the home nurse, as in like someone nearly chopped their finger off, and instead of taking them to the emergency room, being able to like actually mend the damn thing.
Oh, no, she would take us to the hospital. She didn't want to deal with it.
Okay, but just 2 generations
Yeah.
ago, like somebody shattered.
Yeah.
It looks like they shattered their knee. There's a story of BB King playing soccer or some game in a field, and got a terrible knee injury, and the neighborhood kids found a bee's nest, like mashed it up with vinegar, wrapped it around his knee, and it was mostly fixed by
Wow, that's wild.
like the end of the couple of weeks.
Holistic medicine.
Yeah, like whatever's available kind of thing.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
No.
It's whatever's available underneath my sink.
And if you're and if you're a doctor, you'll lose your license trying anything that's not
God, yeah.
pharmaceutical. If it's
yeah.
not a petroleum based item, you'll lose your license.
No seed oils. We can't use it.
And for women, running a household,
Yeah, I would
which
love
is
to do all of
which is
that.
a full-time job.
Yes.
It's a full-time job.
You have the cooking, the sewing, the nursing.
Well, not only that, but also just telling the men what's needed.
Yeah.
What's the top priority?
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, the gutters are falling off. You need to fix. You got to replace half the wood up there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Now it's kind of like a man's hobby option.
Well, everything's disposable now. Because I remember with my grandpa, there was 8 kids. They bought their house for $10,000 back in the day.
Fuck.
But the weekends were fixing the house.
Yeah.
Because people invested in their homes. Now it's just like, oh, it's falling apart. I'll get a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not quite there, I think, with homes, unless you are a certain level. But people treat cars like that. Like I've had my car for 15 years. People are like, just get a new one. Why would you fix it? I'm like,
Yeah.
I have no car payment.
Finance it.
I'd rather put $10,000 into a car than get another car for, what are they now, $50,000 to $100,000?
So, just 2 generations ago, we had gardening in every household almost, food preservation, first aid, the ability to read a map. We lost that one in ours.
Thomas guides.
Yeah. And just general resourcefulness, where, like I mentioned, the bees, the bee's nest kind of thing. Just using what was available.
Well, people don't also take the initiative to do anything.
No.
They wait for someone to be the leader, and if there's no leaders,
Oh, we're going to get to that.
yeah, see? I already know.
And, so we didn't even lose these expert skills. We didn't lose not everyone was a surgeon or a rocket scientist. They were just regular folk. You could have dimwits that knew how to fix a car or bake a cake or and that felt weird because it's like when I think dimwit,
Yeah.
I don't think women. Yeah. Like
They're dim.
Yeah, just
Not
dim, not
dimwit.
dimwit.
They're
Men are
just
dimwits.
dim.
Women are dim. So here's some of the reasons that we lost these things,
Oh.
these skills.
The internet.
Well, this is before the internet even.
Oh.
Urbanization. Everyone showed up to the cities because that's where the jobs were.
Yeah.
And this is something that's been happening ever since the Industrial Revolution, where people left the country and they flood the cities. And in the last 100 years, it went from you could go into the city and still buy a house. And now, if you flood the city, it's apartment dwellers.
Yeah.
So we went from a generation where most everyone had a house to everyone having an apartment. And when you lose the home ownership, you have no garage, no workshop,
No yard.
and we also have something, it's a new phenomena, and there's 2 things at play. There's some things got more reliable, and then there's planned obsolescence. So if you bought a refrigerator in the 1960s and you just repaired certain components every 15 to 20 years,
They're still working today.
they would still work.
Yeah.
Maybe not as efficiently, maybe not this or that, but you could fix them. You can get in and fix it. So there wasn't planned obsolescence with that. But with cars have gotten far more reliable. So the cars broke down all the fucking time back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't as good. They just weren't as engineered. And there was no planned obsolescence with cars. It's actually been the opposite. So household appliances have become junk, not worth fixing.
They're so bad nowadays.
People. And the knobs. Now it's a digital thing where I've got to push this and this and this. So if in order to fix it, I've got to repair the computer, and they don't make that computer anymore. Well, exactly.
Or cell phone.
Or the cell phone. Or the button.
Yeah.
The button is, just one button that's a necessary button on a washing machine. If the circuit board fries on it, and then might as well got to replace the whole machine.
Gotta get the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, heck, even in the early 2000s, a washing machine with a knob, even though it wasn't built as hardily as a 1960s one, was still repairable.
Yes. Now they just make everything to last 2 years, and then it breaks down, and it's either you pay enough for a new one to fix it, or you get a new one.
Well,
I'd rather fix an old one, though.
And we're going to get to that in a little bit, the mindset of the people from the 60s and today, with also the availability of information.
It's just so weird. All that, you could fix it yourself with all the information. You just got to Google, and then you save yourself the labor.
But there's the mindset that kind of interferes with it all.
Just got to do it.
So, convenience economy. So we now have the ability to, there's 15 you go on Angie's list, and you can fix anything. I don't even know if that one's still around.
I think it is still
probably
around.
Yeah,
but I think there's commercials for it. If you don't know what a commercial is, Google it.
If you pay premium versions of every app so you don't have commercials, you're part of the problem.
It's probably on your Instagram.
And I already kind of touched on this. The technology got more complex. So instead of having to open up a washing machine, I don't know why I think it's because I watched a couple of YouTube videos.
I have to do laundry.
No, actually, I'm good right now. It's there's KitchenAid and washing machines. I've seen stumbled on Instagram or YouTube of guys that just fix these things for a living. And it's like a guy takes somebody throws out a washing machine, and it's because a little roller got a flat spot on the wheel, and now it's thumping, and it's a $2 part.
Yes.
And he's able to just fix it right there and then in a half hour, and completely brand new machine, basically, especially after he got in there and he started cleaning it.
Yeah.
And
$2,000 later.
Yeah. For
Unless
him,
he's an honest man, he'll be like,
well,
$50.
he just does it and then resells it for $300-$400.
Yeah.
But
that's a great side gig.
Exactly. But there's the modern machines where one button fries on the circuit board, and you need that button for the whole thing to work. You're fucked.
Yeah.
Now, and they don't make that circuit board no more. That's why a lot of people are calling for, can I have my knob back? I want my knob.
Yeah.
Because I could fix the knob. I could put an old knob on.
You go to the junkyards and see if you can find it.
Yeah.
Or old appliances stores. I mean, it takes work. You might be able to find it, but they make it so you can't.
Yes. And people used to have more generalized skills. The technology was simpler. So there was no specialization needed. Now, today, everything is so complicated that you could be an expert at fixing one type of thing, but be completely lost with the other thing because everything has just gotten so more technical and advanced. Here's what we gained, though. There's some things that we actually got better. This isn't just a gripe list.
It feels gripey. I thought that was my thing.
We got better medicine.
Did we?
We did. It's got its flaws, but in the 50s, if you fucking blew out your knee, you were screwed. If you needed heart surgery, good luck. Now, heck, in the early 2000s, my stepdad had a heart surgery, and they put stents in. They did all this other stuff. They went in with this weird, complicated thing through his side, and then
Oh.
and he was out in 24
Not
hours.
through the groin?
Yeah, he through the groin. Okay.
I'm like, that's a lot of entrance for the stents and whatnot.
But
Sounds terrible.
they were out. He was in and out in like 60 hours.
Yeah, even knee replacements now are amazing. I know lawyer Frank, he just had 2 done
Jesus.
the same day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, which I'm like, what? Because we were all like, you can't do 2 in one day. They won't do that. They did it.
Yeah.
But everyone I know who's had knee surgery these days, they're
Usually
up
do
within
one.
a week or 2.
Yeah.
And I think it was only, about 2 weeks for him, and he was already at the bar.
Yeah. So our medicine did advance. Now we got some problems with the billing, and basically one of the Rothschild, the Rockefeller or Carnegie or one of them.
One of those families.
One of those families, he got betrayed by the federal government. And
BlackRock.
The federal government busted up his oil union
Oh.
and made it so that he couldn't have a total monopoly. And this was
that's a no-no
right at the
anyways.
rise of pharmaceuticals being petroleum based,
Ah.
and he decided he's going to bankrupt the country with his within that like 2-year period of him making this declaration, I'm going to fuck your country.
Oh, he sounds delightful.
Oh yeah.
Is he single?
Yeah. He basically made it so that every old school medicine, heck, it'll get you removed from being able to practice medicine. If you go,
Ivermectin.
yeah, if some St. John's wort and some honey with lemon will fix that.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're removed from that. You need to be prescribing approved medicine only kind of shit.
Yeah.
And the only approved medicine is extremely expensive. That so 3 to 5,000, 10,000 years of proven medical history thrown out the window. Heck, they even labeled it holistic.
Oh my
It's not
God.
even just shit that grandma knew worked.
Yeah, they're like, we just don't want you to use it, so we'll throw holistic on it because that will turn most of you away.
So we also information. We have all the information in the world.
So much.
If your car broke down in the 60s and you knew how to fix the engine and the carburetor and the this and that,
Or you had a friend.
or you had a friend, but there was a suspension part that you didn't understand how to fix, you were screwed.
That's why auto shop should be brought back to schools, high school.
There's a growing movement.
Yeah.
And we also have some more opportunity. So we're in the city. I can get a job tomorrow. I might not like it because I'll be stuck here in
But
the
it
city.
pays the bills.
But it pays the bills. And also global connection. I'm able to communicate with people from around the world instantaneously.
Yes. Which I don't know if that's been a good thing.
Yeah.
Because now people have no patience for anything. Like, you don't call them back instantly, or because everyone's phone is glued to them.
Yeah.
So if you don't respond instantly, people get super mad. Like, I'm on the toilet. I'm in the shower. I'm at work. I can't talk to you. I'm at work for 8 hours.
I'm filming.
I'm filming. Like, people expect instant everything now, and people need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I'm not a patient person.
So also, for some reason, when I read Global Connection, I remember there was those artists that put up these webcams in like Dublin and New York City and other places around the world. And people are like flashing their buttholes.
Oh, yeah. Then they put something in Times Square.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And like the first thing something happened, like someone flashed their boobs or something.
Didn't even take 24 hours.
Yeah.
Can't have nice things.
Or there
folks.
was a crime committed in front of it in Times Square where they saw it in Dublin or something like that. And people are like, oh, this was a bad idea.
Yeah.
People aren't great.
So, 2026, an adult can do unimaginable things in
Put their mind to
1960.
it.
We are capable of doing amazing things and very efficiently. And so a person who could fix their car they also died of things that would we would fix with a balm today, if you got leprosy in the 50s, you had to go to a leper colony. Yeah, instead of
Or they lock them in a room
yeah
or dungeon.
yeah. It was a little different. So,
Yeah.
like, goods and
Not in the
bads.
50s.
I mean, there are still leopard colonies around.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Some of
know.
them are nice, I bet.
Aren't they not here, though?
Yeah, there's like one in Hawaii, I remember.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta look that up.
It was in The Simpsons.
So you know it's
So
right.
so it's true, yeah.
It's either true or about to be true.
So there's a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned the mindset of someone of the older years and of today.
Yes.
The old mindset of I'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
I'll figure this out. Compared to today's, who do I call?
Who do I call?
Who do I call? Yeah,
Also, just too lazy to figure it out. I don't know.
exactly.
I'm about saving money, so I will be Googling. That's how I changed my tail light. I Googled it, and it was a
Fucking
$10
$17
part for
Yep.
2 light bulbs. Took me 5 minutes. Dealership, that would have been 100.
Yeah, and
So-
it's one of the easier screws to undo and redo.
Yeah, it's just getting in there. That's a little pain. But again,
You got to pop
$10.
the thing.
I got 2 light bulbs, so that's 2 changes.
Yep.
So ultimately, that would have been $200. So I did it for 10 and 5 minutes.
So the old generation did what you would
Yeah.
what you did.
Figure it out.
Figured it out. While today they're not even willing to, like, okay, an oil change. I actually fall in the who do I call category
I
with
would
this
love
one.
to figure it out, but I don't have a jack.
You know what? I've got all that, but I've done the math recently.
Oh.
In the last 2 years, I went from changing my oil regularly on my own. Then I did the math, and I'm like, the amount the oil that I use, and the and the amount of dirt that'll get on me.
Yeah.
I'm only saving a couple dollars.
Do you have to pay to get rid of the old oil? Like take it to wherever and pay to have it recycled? Or toxic?
There's
I don't know.
there's recycling places.
But do you have to pay for that? Like,
No, I don't think
Or
so.
is it
Because
free?
if they made you pay for that, there'd be oil all over the side of the road.
well,
We're in
I've
Southern-
seen videos where people just dump it on the fucking
Yeah,
grass.
well, we're in Southern California.
People are still doing that.
Back where I grew up, there was free places in every large neighborhood
Yeah.
of dump your oil here.
Well, because when you get an oil change, they charge you for that.
Yeah.
They charge you for getting rid of the oil. That's why I was asking if they
Yeah.
charge you if you do it yourself and get rid of the oil.
I'm sure there's a free way to do it. But so I've fallen into the who do I call?
I mean, if it's only saving you a couple bucks.
It's only
I
saving me a
guess.
couple bucks. I've done a lot of when I had a Volkswagen Beetle, I did a lot of the work.
I heard those are little tinker toys. So
They're
super
like
easy.
they're
to fix.
Lego cars. It was
Yeah.
awesome. And yes,
Like easy.
and you know what? You find out which YouTube mechanic is the best teacher.
Okay. Yeah.
So you'll be under the fucking car and you're like, oh my God, I can't figure this out. And then you'll like get on your phone while you're under a car and start watching YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
And this is like 10 years ago I had this car and I was still watching YouTube.
Yeah. It's like explain to me like I'm 5.
So today, modern people, the physical world, we know phones, software, screens. Unfortunately, we lost some of the more important tactile skills of how to work soil, how to manage animals, the weather, tools, where food actually comes from.
The supermarket.
The supermarket, yeah. And every once in a while, the fancy stuff at the farmer's market on Tuesdays.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we've basically become disconnected from this physical reality that keeps us alive. And that's my biggest problem with LA types, is the LA type is this person who gets food from the supermarket, has never seen a cow that's alive or touched a tractor. The only horse they've ever seen is in Yellowstone
On set.
on set. And they think they know how the world works and how the way the world should be.
Yes.
And everybody else in the world is fucking busting their ass so that they can live this lavish lifestyle with their $9 cup of coffee
oh my
at
gosh.
fucking Starbucks. And
no, they go to that Erhorn or whatever place, Irwin. I don't know, some now super expensive place.
oh, geez.
That I think they're supposed to be opening one in Orange County soon. So it's like worse than Gelson's. It's way more expensive.
Fucking, it's coffee.
Yeah.
It's coffee.
Yeah, but it's a supermarket with all that stuff.
Oh, my God.
Where you can get the expensive stuff, kind of, like a, what is it, Mother's or whatever.
Yeah.
But
and
higher ends where strawberries are like $30.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
ridiculous.
Most people's palates aren't too stupid to know.
Yeah, no, it's all about how much they spend. That
And
makes
the
them
reason
cool.
that all this shit got so expensive for it to not be poison is because everyone ran to the cities to not work hard.
And
it's
still
crazy.
all poisoned.
And it's still all poison. It's crazy on how people fled the urban
Farmland?
the hinterland, the farmland. People fled that to have an easy life, and then nobody's working the farm. So now strawberries and all this other shit, if they're under $3 a pound, they're poison.
They got all the pesticides.
They got every pesticide, and they're picked by
Everyone.
illegal immigrants.
The bleach,
All
the bad things.
They're picked by slaves, and then like if you want the good stuff,
There's still pesticides on it.
and there's still pesticides.
There's still pesticides
There's still-
on your organic strawberries.
on your organic strawberries.
Yes.
And they're still picked by slaves and all this other
They
stuff.
just
and the only way to afford that is to be paid like $80 an hour or more.
yeah, they just pay their team a little bit more,
Yeah.
and they use a little less poison.
So,
but it's all poison.
to live that comfortable life of the city person where you never get dirt under your fingernails, you're basically just you are being farmed for your cash. You know,
Grow it yourself on
Grow
your
it yourself.
balcony.
yeah. But oh man, if you try to do that on the wrong balcony, you're going to hear about it. You're going to get evicted because they don't like your strawberry farm.
Oh yeah.
We noticed that you
Or
have
your
some
neighbors
vines.
get all mad.
Yeah, or they start using those little grabby things to start stealing your fruit.
Yeah.
Which is
I think they'd be more mad because suddenly it's like a Disney movie. You got all the critters running around now, like the crows, the squirrels, the rats, trying to eat your fruit.
so. I know I'm biased because my American dream is to get the fuck out of the city, out of suburbia.
Yeah.
I want to be far away, and I want to be that person that I described from the 60s where I know how to garden, and I know how to tend animals, and I know how to fix everything. But to you and to Tawny, was this trade worth it? This trade of losing these skills so that
I
we
don't
have,
think so.
so that we do have unlimited information at our fingertips.
But I think you can have both.
I agree.
think they need to go back and actually start teaching in schools, bring back home ec, bring back auto shop, bring back those actual things that teach these kids skills and give them passion. Do field trips to your local farming area. Do all that. Inspire those passions. Not just like, they're not teaching anything but how to, have butt sex now.
Butt sex and become an employee.
Yes.
Basically, everything to become an employee.
And they can still teach
for-
you how to be
for
an
other
employee and teach all those other skills as well.
Yeah.
I remember taking home ec in junior high and I loved it. I loved sewing. I loved making pillows. I loved cooking. It was so much fun.
I'm going to admit something. I enjoyed sewing too.
Yeah, it's just creating, I think, what it comes down to, because you feel good about yourself. You're like, I did this, I fixed this, I made this. But then, the next year they don't have that class for your grade anymore. So then you kind of forget about it. And then, a few years later, maybe your school has that elective where you're like, I just want an easy class. I'm going to take like wood shop. And I loved wood shop too.
Wood
That
shop was
fun.
cool?
Hated metal shop. That sucked. Never
Fuck
took
metal
auto
shop.
shop. I wish I had. But I don't know. I don't remember if auto shop was at, I know it was at my school, but I don't know if they phased it out at that point. I want to say they may have, or it was at the end of my high school career. It was gone. But I know drama. There was no drama in my high school. But there was still photography class and art class. But I don't
Okay.
think there is anymore.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has disappeared.
They start cutting those types of things out.
Oh yeah.
Which is weird because it's like I wouldn't think art class would be that expensive, or drama class. You
Honestly,
don't really need to buy products for drama class.
Well, and if you look at the pie chart, from most states' education, it's not the art class and the music class that cost any money. It's administrative. It's all the administrators. It's pensions.
Yeah.
It's always the teachers. The teachers are the first ones. Education in this country is a huge scam, especially from the unions. Now, I know I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for this. College all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah.
The unionization of our education has basically made it so that it is the most pandered to group when it comes to politics. And these school systems will like, oh, we have to cut music because blah, 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 taxes and whatnot.
But they're not even... Like, there was a time where I'd be like, yes, teachers deserve more. But now you're having kids who are graduating who can't read.
Yeah.
Who can't do math.
Well,
they're not proficient in things that matter
We need to
anymore.
give more money to the schools.
Yeah.
That's always the solution presented.
It's not. They're not even proving that these students are excelling. They're just passing them. I've met teachers who have shown up and they're like, no, we just give them A's because their parents will complain. They'll call me racist. They'll do this. I'm like, so you can't even be a teacher anymore and actually teach.
Nope.
Because you get yelled at by the parents or the administrator. Like, just teach this. And it's like, you don't even have to teach them. You just pass them all. So what kind of future are we creating? We're literally going into idiocracy.
Yeah.
Like, we're fast tracking that documentary. And
Especially-
those are going to be people taking care of us when we're elderly. That's the scary part. We're going to end up dying.
Stay off my yard, kids.
Yeah, we're going to
you.
be put into some bad hospital situations in the future.
Oh, yeah. No. We're bringing.
Now.
Well, we're bringing in all the lawyers and doctors and scientists
And engineers.
and engineers.
No, those people aren't proficient either. They're all scam artists.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
They've already proven that
Hold
scam-
on.
that
Someone from
scam in India.
Someone from
Yeah.
the third world
Yes.
Would-
Scamming the
would-
system.
would scam us.
Yeah.
And then once one person figured it out, which took
I'm not saying all of them are scams, but they've
we're
found out how to scam the system.
So
You
the
know,
country that we get all of our scam phone calls, like
Yes.
someone from, this is the IRS.
not trusting those doctors.
Yeah. So someone,
Then again, my doctor is Indian, and I absolutely love him.
yeah. So the best professionals. That's a different
He's
generation.
Americanized.
Yeah, that's a
he's-
different generation of.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He isn't straight off the boat.
So in summary,
And summer.
and I learned to never say in conclusion. In summary,
It never concludes.
yeah.
'Cause it never
Our grandparents weren't smarter. They just lived in a world that demanded competence.
Yes.
And if you weren't competent, guess what? You just died. And then the void was filled by someone who was competent.
Yeah.
And everyone, the 2 generations ago, I mean, people would just die of dysentery. I mean, my grandfather had a terrible upbringing when it came to orphanages and shit,
Oh, that's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You have 7 brothers and sisters and only 2 of them make it to adulthood kind of shit.
Like, it was okay to drop your kid off at an orphanage saying, I can't take care of him. I can't afford him. Here you go.
Yeah.
It was normal.
Yeah.
It was so normal.
So we live in a world that's rather convenient now. In fact, this convenient has been sold to us to the point where we no longer even try. I'm proud of you. In fact, you can easily brag about you replacing your tail light bulbs.
I made a video of it.
See, 40 years ago, that wouldn't be anything to brag about.
But that's why maybe they were smarter back in the day. Because if you don't, as they say, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if brains are kind of, I don't know if shrinking's a real thing, but the knowledge is shrinking. So you're not getting all your wrinkles on your brain that you should be getting when you learn.
Yeah.
So we are dumbing down people nowadays. They're not as smart.
We're completely dependent on we've created a near utopia when it comes to we all have plenty of food for the most part
For now, until we don't.
until we don't.
Because they don't know how to farm.
No.
The government's shutting down farms.
Yeah. Well,
Data centers.
Well, they're shutting down farms, and for the last 30 years, they've consolidated. I mean, we literally went from like 20 different owners of beef and pork producers of like large scale. Like there was like 20 different companies that all vied against each other.
Like
but
less than 5.
3 pork companies.
See?
And they all employ illegal immigrants, and they get away with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
unless they have their agriculture visa, then I don't mind that.
They literally bust them in from like Smithfield,
and they're
in
underpaying
the Carolina.
them.
Yeah. And then every once in a while they get raided, but then like then they turn a blind eye. It's so we have a whole generation. Oh, and I feel for the younger ones because I at least got exposed to the older generation. I miss them. They were fucking mean as shit. I loved that about them.
They love to blame them for everything. And I'm like, again, they're the ones who did everything, recycled everything. I'm like, they were reusing everything. And you want to blame, like I always hear like, oh, you left us in this state. Like, they recycled everything. They worked hard for everything they had. They don't have to leave you anything.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll probably get yelled at by a lot of people for that. But stop blaming other people's for your bad choices in life. Yeah.
And too many of us live in the cities. There's
too much entitlement. Like they feel entitled to their grandparents' home.
Instead of spreading like out our industries and like making it so that, you know, New Mexico had some more factories and production ability and all that other stuff, we've just made it so that a couple of cities are more dense, super dense with people.
Blame Hollywood for California.
There's California's, you know, obviously there's the port. And the glamour, it's not glamorous anymore.
No, so gross.
It's gross as hell.
Don't let the Olympics and the World Cup fool you.
Oh, yeah. No, they cleaned it up. They didn't do as bad as Russia of shooting every stray dog. And actually, for us, it's not stray dogs. It's stray humans. We have a lot of stray humans.
Lots of, yes.
L.A. did what Irvine does, and they picked them up and dropped them off where the tourists weren't going to be.
You just kick them over to the next city.
Yeah, and then that city.
I'm going to see that when the Olympics come to town. Long Beach is going to kick them all over.
It's going to be a disaster.
Orange County border.
Yeah. So we didn't create... and there's a lot of problems that the boomers...
Oh, yeah. Every generation has its problem, but to solely blame them for everything is stupid. You're not entitled to their wealth, their homes, or anything. I mean, I would keep it in my family, but...
Well, here's the thing, though, is the boomers got help. Yeah. The greatest generation...
My family helped me.
Yeah, the greatest generation put a down payment.
Well, times were different. Life expectancy was different. Everything was different. Yeah,
people did die earlier, and it was easier to just go, okay, I'll be dead.
Cost of living was different. Everything was different.
Well, you could buy a house for $10,000.
So, yeah, you can say, well, they had help. Well, no, life was just different.
It was.
And people today, they don't live within their means either. They're looking at the Kardashians and want that life and say, well, it's the boomers' fault. Well, no, it's not. It's your fault because you're choosing to get an arts degree and some bullshit thing and then expect to find a job, but you want to blame the boomers because you can't find a house.
Actually, and that's something
stupid.
That's something I didn't touch on, and I really wish I did, is in this last generation and a half, we went from everyone using cash.
I use cash.
Or barter.
And checks.
Cash and barter to this not too complicated, but it's a game, the credit system.
Oh, and so many people don't understand how that works. I saw a video of a girl. It's like, but I paid credit. And the mom's like, yeah, but this is your credit card bill. She's like, what do you mean? I already paid. And she's like, no, this is the bill.
Yeah.
She's like, I have to pay twice? She's like, no, you didn't pay twice. The company paid, and you have to pay that company. Like, she didn't understand.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I guess you can say that's a parent failure, or is that a school failure? Where do you want to go with that?
Someone failed.
To me, that's common sense. Yes.
There's a lot of... So, like, the whole credit system...
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
It didn't exist... Just 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's fairly new.
Just 50 years ago, we did not have credit. Yes, we had bank loans where you could buy your farm, your home, or some other major purchase with the help of the
And that
bank.
didn't have its, loopholes and complications back then either, They didn't just hand shit out either.
And it was a different game. I mean, on a $10,000 house, you might have paid 20%.
Yeah.
It might have been worse percentages, but 10%, 20% of a $10,000 house compared to 6.5% to 8% of a $1 million house is the whole credit system
It's wild.
is new, and it's complicated enough that and we can look it up. We can learn all this shit on our phones right now today, but it takes effort. And yeah. Now, if someone from the 60s mentality came into the world today at 18 years old,
they'd probably have a hard time.
well, they probably would at first, and then they'd fucking figure it out.
Oh yeah, they would figure it
kick
out.
ass, or not, or they'd completely fail. It's all up to us.
We make our own choices in life.
There's
No one's
so
fault.
much that's changed in just 1.5 generations that, it's easy to harken back to the back of the day.
A lot of nostalgia.
Oh yeah,
My
exactly.
life could be like this. It's but you'd also die.
And the thesis of this wasn't just everything was better back in the day.
Oh,
The
no.
people were in the back of the day were better.
No.
There's a lot of knowledge that we've lost and a lot of skills. And there's some that we've picked up while we lost the old ones.
Yes.
And my version of the American dream for me is getting the fuck out of here and picking those skills back up
That'd be lovely.
and becoming less dependent on this system that it's not communal anymore. It's transactional, completely transactional.
People don't even know their neighbors.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Oh my
talk
God.
to your
And
neighbor.
I had to cut a lot of this episode. And one of the things was people don't know their fucking neighbors.
I do. I made it a point. I know the people in my bank too because I go in and talk to them.
Oh, yeah.
So they know me. So if there's any hanky things on my account, they know exactly who I am.
Yeah. And I know the people at Grocery Outlet pretty well. I say hi to them all the time.
Make friends with your community.
Yeah. But it ain't easy.
They're not going to bite you.
You have to look up from your phone and you have to look people almost in the eye.
Yeah.
And say, hey, how you doing, man?
Like they did back in the before time.
Yeah. Part of my American dream is, yes, I want to have chickens. And,
Yes.
And I don't really want a horse. I
You
want
can visit a place.
I
with
want a
us.
horse, but I don't want the responsibility.
They're very expensive.
Exactly.
Yes. Maybe a goat,
could-
so then you can have goat milk.
Some goats. I don't want.
Hey, it's healthy.
Yeah. At least one cow, a bunch of chickens.
Yeah.
You got your cat, your barn cat. You got your barn
Fresh
dog.
eggs.
And then you make friends with the neighbors. So that when
But you want them far away enough to not be there.
the trick is that
Maybe like a half mile.
I
away,
want to
so
travel.
it's-
And if you have chickens and this and that, you got to make friends with the neighbors with
Yeah,
teenagers and go,
Check
hey,
in.
and it's got to be the weird neighbor kid, so he doesn't have parties.
But not too weird.
Not too weird, but weird.
You know, banging your chickens.
Yeah, exactly. There's a healthy weirdness
You
to
want
this whole
the
thing.
lonely one who has
I want-
one friend.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you know what? You could have one or two friends over, and you could have the popsicles that are in the freezer. Watch my chickens. Don't let them die. If they die, don't feel bad.
No parties, no heroin.
Yeah.
Not asking for much.
Don't run guns out of my house.
Or prostitutes.
Yeah, or
Keep
prostitutes.
it simple. 1950 stuff.
Yeah, when I get back, I don't want to have the FBI here.
Why are there holes in my walls?
Yeah, so I hearken back to the old days of community while I
days of
I
yore.
still have access to YouTube and the internet and the ability to
A nice
order a
nice
pizza.
mix.
Yeah, we
of
have everything.
Then and now.
We have everything. You just got to leave the city. And I really, really wish that we could leave the city and still be productive. Because when COVID first happened, I started looking at properties all around the country, and because I had a little bit of money saved up, and I'm like, I could move there, but I wouldn't have a job.
Yeah, that's
There's no work.
You're gonna have to start your OnlyFans.
Yeah. only feet or whatever.
You're like, what part of me will people like?
Yeah.
And pay for?
I got a couple parts.
Heyo.
But where would I work out in the boonies? And yes, build up something on an online business or this or that.
Yeah.
There's still the mail. There's still a lot of
IT.
resources. IT.
But you need good internet, and sometimes in the middle of nowhere,
Starlink.
that's also an issue.
Starlink now.
Yeah, but back then, I remember just pretty, within, 5 years ago, people are having that issue.
So, but that's one of the reasons I'm finishing my college degree is so that I can fucking get that telework job from somewhere else. And yeah, if I got to go to the city 2 days a week, but I could still live on the...
Learn coding.
Yeah. Or heck, be a traveling salesman. I don't fucking care.
That's going back in time for sure.
Oh, I want to
You're knocking on the door. Would you like to see this vacuum cleaner?
It's a little different.
Let
but
me
yes.
throw some dirt on your gun and
I
vacuum.
want to be the traveling salesman. I want to have my suitcase.
No one's opening the door. No one answers
no.
the door.
You go to businesses. Businesses where you...
Yeah, they have no choice. Their door's open.
I've got an opportunity coming up, and I'll be the traveling salesman again.
We'll be traveling, doing the podcast.
Yeah. Yes, actually. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to us wander through a topic.
Yeah, literally wandering.
Bye-bye.
Bye.